A very good morning to you all. This is Block 13 discussion video of Rise of Indian Nationalism. As you know, we will discuss worksheet, practice question and additional question in this video. So today, after getting this discussion video in the evening, you will get your revision video also. So prepare yourself for the revision test of block 13. Now let us start our discussion. So first of all we will discuss worksheet. So open page number 61, emergence of new ideas. Now here comes the first question. Name any two aspects of Western education which changed the outlook of Indians. So two aspects were literature and second one is language. Now the second question, how did the Western education contribute to the rise of nationalism in India? Western education changed the traditional outlook of the Indian people into more rational and modern thinking. The educated middle class in India were able to read the works of Western thinkers such as Rousseau and Voltaire. They learned about the ideas of liberalism, namely rationalism and democracy. Thus, they read the same texts that had spread revolutionary ideas in other regions and became more politically aware. Got it? Now here comes the third question. Why do you think people across the subcontinent had trouble communicating their ideas to each other? How was this problem solved? India is the land of diversity and languages also changed in every state. People could not understand the language. That created a trouble for Indians. And how was this problem solved? The English acted as a link between the educated class of various parts of India. When this hurdle erased, the medium of communication that became the English enabled the exchange of thoughts and ideas and raised a sense of oneness and understanding of Indian identity. Now second one, write any three examples of British exploitation of India. So first one, farmers. Farmers were forced to grow cash crops. Second is, heavy taxes were imposed on every class. Third is, Indians were not given high posts and salary. Now the third one, why did famine and poverty become common occurrence in India during the British rule? As cash crops were grown instead of food crops, there was a shortage of food grains and rise in prices. Lack of food, high prices and high taxation affected the people in the rural areas badly and resulted in frequent famines. Now third one, how did racial discrimination help in spreading the idea of nationalism? Since all the Indians were exploited on racial grounds, there was a feeling of unity among them against the British, which led to the feeling of nationalism. Now, rise of nationalism. Now, fill in the blanks. A1 is Surendranath Banerjee and Anand Mohan Bose founded the Indian National Association in Calcutta. B. Max Muller, M. Williams and Roth were the famous European scholars who studied the Indian past. Now, how did the post and telegraph services and railways help in uniting Indians with a spirit of nationalism? Post and telegraph and railways enabled the ideas of nationalism to spread faster. They also connect the people from remote areas of India. In this way, the spirit of nationalism is spread. Now, how the vernacular press contributed to the rise of nationalism. Vernacular press helped to spread the ideas of nationalism to the masses by using language that they would understand. Now, the third one, do you think the British themselves helped in unifying the Indian people? Explain how. So, as you know that British themselves introduced Western education and modern ideas in Indian society, which gave the educated class access to ideas of nationalism. They also introduced post and telegraph services as well as roads and railways networks. So Indians used all these means of communication and transportation to communicate and to spread the ideas very faster. Now come to the practice question. First one, fill in the blanks. Western education helped in bringing new ideas to educated Indian class. B. The political classics of English literature planted the seed of nationalism in the minds of educated Indians. C. The European thinkers who inspired the Indians were Macaulay and Rousseau. D. English language acted as a link between different regional groups, allowing them to exchange ideas and thoughts freely. Now, come to the second question. Why did the British want to introduce Western education in India? The British wanted English-speaking writing staff and clerks in their administration to handle files and documents, and who would remain loyal to the British government. Thus, they introduced Western education in India. Now, third one, how did the English language play an important role in spreading the ideas of nationalism among the educated class in India? So the language which was introduced, that was the English. And when people were unable to exchange their thoughts in the common medium, the thoughts and ideas spread very rapidly and raised a sense of oneness and understanding of Indian identity. Now the second one, what kinds of crops did the British want Indian farmers to grow? What was the impact of this practice? British wanted Indian farmers to grow cash crops. What was the impact of this practice? A great famine was the impact of this practice. How did the British policy of free trade affect the Indian economy? The British took agricultural products from Indian farmers as raw materials to manufacture goods in their own country and sold these goods in Indian markets. The Indian handicraft industries suffered as they could not compete with the factory-made British goods. So this affected the trade very badly in India. How was the Queen's Proclamation violated by British in India? What was the consequence of this? The Queen's Proclamation in 1858 stated that Indians would receive the same rights and privileges as the subjects of British Crown. However, this did not turn out to be the case. There was organized economic exploitation of Indian resources and social inequalities established by the government. This created a great dissatisfaction with British rule, and people started opposing these policies. Now, practice question 6. Name any two social reformers of 19th century. You can write any of the two reformers, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Vivekanand, Dayanand Saraswati, Jyotirba Phule, whatever you want to write down. Any two English thinkers who inspired Indians with ideas of nationalism. I had written two European, Voltaire, Rousseau. You can write of your choice. Now the three. Any three newspapers of the late 19th century. Calcutta Gazette, Bombay Samachar, Amrita Bazar Patrika, ABP News. So these were the three newspapers. Now second one, how did the introduction of modern means of transportation and communication aid the rise of nationalism in India? Modern transport and communication systems enable the ideas of nationalism to spread faster. And these communication system also connected people from distant areas of India. In this way, transport and communication raised the feeling of nationalism in India. Why did British introduce the Vernacular Press Act? British introduced Vernacular Press Act as people of India started criticizing the deeds of government. So the government introduced the new section 115(3)(a) to penal code, making it a criminal offence of anyone to attempt to bring into contempt the government of India or create hatred among different classes. It means no one will criticize the government through any means. Now, the Indian National Congress was established by an official of British, yet it was one of the main contributors to the Indian national movement. Explain this statement. Yes, it was true that it was established by an official. The name of the person was Alan Octavian Hume in 1885. He played a major role in setting up an All India organization as a platform where the opinion of Indians on political matters would be heard. So this was the first platform in which the problems of Indians was heard. Now come to the additional questions. What changes did Western education bring about in the traditional outlook among Indians? So the Western education brought many changes in Indians. First of all, it was the changes in thoughts. Importance of education was increased. They knew the importance of liberalism and democracy. It also created the feelings of oneness among Indians. Second question, do you think the famine in India helped in promoting the spread of nationalism? Why and why not? Yes, I think so, that it spread the nationalism. When famine occurred in India, many people died, and then people realized that that famine occurred due to the British policy of growing cash crops. So they came together to fought against them to get rid of British. Describe two examples of discriminatory policies of the British that were resented by the educated Indians. So you can describe two of the policies in which the administrative people or the soldiers were not getting promotion. And second one, people of India, they couldn't travel in first class compartment. So these policies you can write by your own. Fill in the blanks. Fourth one. The first national organization of India was INC. It was established in 1885 by A.O. Hume, and Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee was its first president. Now, second, how did the study of historical past of the Indian subcontinent help in promoting the spirit of nationalism? The study and publication of the ancient works of Indian literature by the Asiatic Society of Bengal revealed the splendor of the Sanskrit and other ancient languages, and also created feeling of pride in their past and faith in the future. Many historical researches by European scholars and Indian scholars created an entirely new picture of India's past glory and greatness. The study of ancient literature gave Indians a sense of confidence. The idea that Indians shared a common glorious past where great dynasties increased self esteem of people in all the regions and helped in promoting the spirit of nationalism. Why did the Indian National Congress demand Purna Swaraj or total independence? When Congress was established, they were promoting the friendly relation among the nationalist workers. But soon the Congress member realized that the government only wanted to use their organization to serve their interest of British and did not care about any of the Indian concern. The attitude of Congress towards the British gradually became negative and critical. In turn, the British started imposing policies and especially targeting the Congress. The leadership of Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal inspired people to a bigger struggle and the demand for Purna Swaraj or total independence. The emergence of radical leaders in the Indian National Congress, emphasized the strong feeling of nationalism among the Indians. So here this block is completed. Get ready for your block assessment in the evening. Thank you and have a nice day.